Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, Moses Kuria is the CS for Trade and Industry in this country. And Kuria was interviewed in one of the international media, BBC, as far as the issue of economy and the politics in this country is concerned. Of course, one of my friends who is also a subscriber to this channel sent me the video. I was able to listen to what Kuria was saying as far as politics is concerned in Kenya. You listen to that video, you will not even think to again open it and listen to it. It was so much embarrassing on how he's trying to compare Kenya to other countries. I think Kenya is a country. He compared Kenya to Rwanda. He has compared Kenya to Uganda. Does he even have respect for those two countries? And Kuria was saying that they are going to deal with Raila Amolo Odinga in the same manner Paul Kagame has dealt with his opponent, the opposition in Rwanda, the same way Museveni has been dealing with Kizza Besigye and Bobi Wine in Uganda. That's how he thinks they are going to deal with Raila Amolo Odinga. I mean, what is he trying to tell the world about Museveni and Kagame? Is going too far. I remember William Ruto during the campaign, he mentioned a country about their milk and business and the population. It became a big problem. To an extent, Ruto had to apologize. Now this is his minister serving him in that capacity. Let me quote him. The Supreme Court pronounced itself, every time coming to prosecute an election, then it means that we are going to deal with him. That's Raila Odinga. The way Paul Kagame, president of Rwanda, dealt with the opposition. The way Yoweri Museveni, president of Uganda, dealt with his opponents. There is no other way. I'm not bringing that video, but I'll just read it like that. So you get the point what he's talking about. Kenya is a country governed by its constitution. I mean, we respect Rwanda and their constitution. They are governed by their constitution, which is not the same with Kenya. Uganda is operating on a different constitution, far away from Kenya. So we respect them in that manner. Their politics is totally different from Kenya. That's why in Uganda, you can have a president who has run the country for more than 35 years and is still continuing. In Rwanda, we have a president who has served for long. But in Kenya, we changed our constitution a very long time. Now we are operating on our 2010 constitution, which allows someone to serve as a president not more than 2 terms. If you are lucky to get first term, then you get lucky to get second time. You will not serve for that. You will go home. That is the first difference. In Kenya, we have different democracy, and you cannot compare that to any other country here. I don't know how the Ugandans think or Rwanda with the Moses Kuria statement, because for them, they have been trying to think of at least going the Kenyan way, where you can have a constitution which will allow someone to serve just for 2 terms or 1 term, then go home. But when we have someone trying to talk of, comparing, like going to the old way that Uganda is operating in, or Rwanda, then they wonder, really, can we get out of this problem? You can have a good president, but when they serve for long, they become a problem. That is the truth of the matter. But then the big question is all about comparing on how opposition has been dealt with in Rwanda and Uganda. which is not something you can even emulate. If Kenya is serving as the big brother in East Africa, how is Kuria, William Ruto's CS, trying to compare Kenya with countries that are learning from Kenya? How retrogressive are we going? Kenya is a country that should be trying to compare the politics with South Africa. We're talking about Nigeria or Egypt. Because when you talk about the West Africa, Nigeria is the superpower there. You talk about hapa chini, hapa kuna South Africa. Then when you talk about East, tuko na Kenya pale. But look the direction Moses Kuria is taking our country. Anyway, Kenyans were not happy with Moses Kuria's position, including those who voted for William Samoei Ruto. And people, if they had a chance and get Moses Kuria, they can chase him like Mburukenge. So I want to use the remaining 2 minutes to go through comments from Kenyans. But before we go into that, just a quick request for those who are watching and you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing to our returning subscribers. I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, I'm just wondering, is Ruto planning to finish the Kikuyu community? Because, you know, when you want to finish a community, you just go and select the weakest leader against the best brain in that very same community. And once you do so, you will have the privilege to rule these people freely for a very long time. Look at Moses Kuria. Look at William Ruto's deputy, Gachagua. A deputy president, a CS. You have to be very careful on some of the statements you make. Because you are not a Mount Kenya politician or a member of parliament or governor or deputy. It means you're representing Kenya anywhere you go. But this is one of the worst brains Ruto has given us. Maybe he wants to rule them, because there are better brains in Mount Kenya, we know. But he went for these two. This is what Odu is saying. Kuria, you are an outsider in this government. Kama hujui Paris. This is a Kalenjin government. Richard, that statement shows that Kenya has no foreign policy. As having CS being reckless, you can't mention other president in bad light whatsoever. Ouma, Kuria doesn't even say such thing. And if you know very well you can deal with the Honorable Raila, you could have done it as early as yesterday. But remember, you are a CS, watch your words. Orina, forgive this Kiambu tag for lacking basic in foreign policy. KSG, your input is needed here. Another one here. Honorable Kuria, Raila is Baba. He is not Besije. He is not Baba, and Kenya is not Rwanda. I think he's saying, it's not, yeah. Rwanda or Uganda. Kenya, a country almost related to Western world, so try those cheap advice and load them to Nyayo nephew and talk to us next week. Kikuyu are suffering just like any Kenyan. You are uniting Kenya. Fem, don't compare Kenya with a small country. Be careful, you Mungiki. You know, we have Kenyans wametumia maneno mengine mabaya yenye hata sitasema hapa. But just try to choose those zenye si mbaya sana, because people are so much angry with Kuria. Evans, arresting Raila has become an endless song. Just try and feel the actual meaningful of shambolic. And by the way, you are comparing country with a country. Countries with a country. Halek, Kenya population is different one. We will take power back to the people of Kenya. If you try dictatorship, Kenya is not Rwanda or Uganda, and dictatorship is not our cup of tea. Have a second thought before you venture into dictatorial rule. Tumaini, the government cannot give itself power it doesn't have. We are in a new era with the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Rwanda or Uganda are nowhere near where Kenya is in terms of democracy space. This is the bitter truth. This UDA administration cannot. Fourth, Omondi, Kenya used to compete with Singapore, but Kenya of Ruto era is today competing with a failed state like Rwanda and Uganda. Really? This is ridiculous. Try execute that suggestion of yours then we can see. Another one here. Once I see people of all tribes agreeing to disagree with this government, a very powerful revolution is coming. Many people don't agree with Moses Kuria. They are not happy. All those sound interesting when you are in right side of the government. Anyway, time is the best teacher. So either Serikali can say anything. The other day will not be in government. What will he be saying? For example, those who are serving under Hura, they are no longer there. Another one here. Some said they are gonna arrest him. So you have got so many various versions about Raila. What went wrong? He'll not be arrested. Those are comments from Kenyans. I don't know your views. Let us be in the comment section.